Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time for another Eat and Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Friday, Mosh Pit. I hope your weeks have been awesome going on into the brand new weekend here. And it looks like we're continuing the trend of one on, one off for the like streak goal this week, but that is okay because the Mosh Pit loves to throw in those waves of likes towards the end of the week, going on into the weekend, and of course going into the new week. So I'll always be keeping an eye on the videos to see if those videos cross 3,000 likes, and when they do, we'll be adding another tally down below on the like streak counter. Here's your meme of the day here, brought to you by, I'm going to say Uthal1417. I hope I'm saying that name correctly. Title thread was how most people view Golden Penny versus how Invicta views Golden Pennies. Ooh, he's candy. Cardio coin. I mean, to be fair, like I've always thought that Cardio coin was kind of a cooler name than just a Golden Penny, and they are kind of a pain to deal with in those bigger runs. But I do love, or bigger rooms, I should say, because they do give you a bigger run. Thank you very much, Uthal or Uthal 1417. I hope I'm probably not saying that name right. Here we go. Go on into this run here. We got 189 X-Ray 0 Victor Yankee Juliet. We've got good damage but terrible tears rate, good shot speed and good movement speed. We're also starting once again with the Isaac's Tears item, which is not necessarily a favorite of mine. You could say that it's in fact one of my least favorite items, but there are a couple of pretty decent synergies that come along with Isaac's Tears, namely anything that has to do with split shots. The Lethargy item is also a very good tear effect to combo with it. So if we end up getting ourselves a decent early tear effect, we could see it ball out of control. It's not like it's as good as Tammy's Head or anything like that, but it can be crazy. It's also very good with like Tech Zero, anything that has any sort of piercing effect. So, you know, it's not a trash item. It's not like the most exciting item, I think. It's also kind of annoying to use because it does require a lot of micro, but I still think that it's not terrible. It's certainly not the worst item in the world. Let's put it that way. That would be, I don't know, something like Pageant Boy or something. I know I've been ripping a lot on Pageant Boy, but look, Pageant Boy just needs to stop showing up during, like, or after boss fights. All right, if it wasn't so prevalent, then, like, I wouldn't really have a problem with it. But stop taking my boss items away, man. We can't afford that on some runs. We're also starting off here with Botfly, which is kind of okay, I guess. I mean, Botfly is not as reliable as Psyfly, so yeah. With 12 bombs, I mean, starting off with Boom is pretty good as well in our first item room. It is only 10 bombs, but you'd be surprised what you can do with 10 bombs. So looking for, obviously, Magic Mush there would have been nice. Got a lot of resources here. Also, the Super Secret Room is going to be to the right of here, pretty much guaranteed. Nice little schmoove there. And yeah, we're just getting everything, man. Look at all this. Look at all this stuff here. We're already back to 10 bombs and 7 keys here. If we needed more money, we could potentially get that and a speed upgrade maybe. I wouldn't mind getting IV bag early on either. So the nice thing about Isaac's Tears is that it does recharge, obviously, multiple times. It is the faster that you can shoot, the faster that Isaac's Tears recharges, giving you sort of like this rapid fire ability that is kind of nice. Again, if you can deal with the micro, it does pay off. It's just that it's a very, very active item. Let's put it that way. There's active items and there's very, very active items. And we get Dad's Lost Coin, which is just a basic range upgrade and luck upgrade. We can play this down to a little bit. We might as well get a little bit more money. There is enough money, or there's enough HP on here to kind of facilitate this, so I don't mind going back and grabbing some of these hearts here. I'm not going to go into the sack room, obviously. There's not enough, even if we didn't play the IV bag, there's still not, or the Temperance Machine, there's still not enough HP on the floor to really make this feasible. And I'm fine with just doing this here. You have to also remember that because you might be seeing all those hearts thinking like, hey, wait a second now, you had a lot of HP there. Well, not Cletus. I will say that, remember, the sacrifice rooms take 1 full heart of damage off of Isaac instead of just 1 half heart. Now, if we end up getting something like Wafer, then yeah, we're in business. So, and actually a Rotten Heart is not bad here because it does kind of function as a pseudo soul heart for us on the next floor, which protects our Devil Deal and hopefully gets us a nice tear effect for Isaac's Tears. Going over to last week's episode, question of the episode. It was from the Diplopia. Let me move it up. Let me move it so I can actually read the comments. It was from the Diplopia Take or Pass episode. which was not really all that, it wasn't really all that discussed, hotly discussed. Most people don't really have like too much of an opinion on Diplopia, and it's kind of like a discussion that we've had many times before, but we still did get, we got a decent amount of replies on that one. So the question of the episode was, what is your favorite time to use Diplopia? Post them in the comments below, and the most upvoted comment was from Grape Juice 00, who said, when you hold Diplopia for 3 floors to use in the chest, only to get Curse the Blind. Yep, I feel you on that one. We've all been there. That has been the crux, the bane of my existence when it comes to Diplopia, is holding it too long. But that's kind of like the whole discussion angle that I was trying to go for in that one as well. Some people had fun with it. Some people were a little bit more realistic about it. But yeah, that is the most common scenario. It's holding those health potions too long to the end of the game when you finally don't need them, and then it doesn't really matter, a la Final Fantasy. The second most upvoted comment was from Blazing X Flame 54, or sorry, no, it was from Jared 7166, 7116, I should say, who said, usually I hold on to it too long, end up Diplopiaing a bad shop, but when it works out, my favorite, Diplopia is a very good item, especially for Mega Brimstone, obviously alluding to getting 2 Brimstones for the price of 1. And yeah, Mega Brim is also very good. You can also, of course, use it in Devil Deals, as everyone pretty much knows. And, you know, that I think that there's a lot of practical there's a lot of practical implementations of Diplopia that can really, really work out and be a total game changer, which is why it's such a dynamic item, but it does kind of suck when you hold on to it for too long. And that was kind of like the majority of what people were saying. And then last but not least, the third most upvoted comment, now we go to Blazing X Flame 5495's comment, and they said, using Diplopia to break the game used to be my favorite thing by far. Multiple ways, but were always funny. I think that there's still ways that you can break the game with Diplopia, especially if you end up getting something like Wild Card, Blank Card, you know, that whole line of potential game-breaking steps is interesting to me. I don't know if the secret room's here or not. I'm going to try. Is there? This is going to save us 2 keys, and I'm fine with that. I'll take one stab at Magic Mush here. It didn't work out. Got a mega chest here, which could be good. Yeah, we'll get our bombs back, our keys, lots of money, and maybe some hearts for a sack room. No real complaints there. Of course, we were lucky to get a soul heart as well. I'm actually surprised there's not an XL floor or XL room in this floor. A little bit odd to see on a second floor. Get the Bibble. The Bible is kind of, it's a little out of place here for this run. Even though I don't really like Isaac's Tears that much, it's still better overall for DPS than the Bible will be. I mean, having the Bible and the flight on demand is quite nice. But I'm still holding out hope that we're going to get a good tier effect here from this Devil Deal. Okay, that would have been nice to now would be a great time for us to get a sack room, which unfortunately we do not have, and it's going to be Steven, which means that we have a very high probability of seeing Little Steven, which is not what we want, because Little Steven does not give us any sort of stat upgrade. Did Botfly just shoot Little Steven there for a second? I'm pretty sure he did. It looked like he did anyway. Gonna take Little Steven. Little Steven's not bad for a follower. And get the Mark and Little Brimmy here as well. So definitely take those, even though we're now only 1 away from conjoined. I still think Little Brimstone's worth it. And Curse Blind. So that makes this floor quite easy, because obviously we're not going to be taking any blind items. Oh my goodness, so many red hearts. Well, now we kind of have to look for we should look for a sacrifice room, although never mind, just kidding, because we only have 1 HP. Never mind. But yeah, so anyway, that makes the decision easy for us on this floor. We just simply go to the boss and head on down, because I'm not going to be buying any items for blindly, or blindly I should say, just because I don't want to spend money on stuff I don't know what I'm buying. It's quite simple. If we had like unlimited money, then yeah, sure, but yeah, I have no desire to spend money. I'd rather save the money and buy stuff that I know I'm going to be getting benefit out of, and like I know what I'm purchasing, or I'm not going to buy anything at all. So we don't actually want to boost the devil deal here by blowing up this keeper in the secret room, so we're just not going to. Again, Curse the Blind makes this floor quite easy to deal with. Getting the left hand, on the other hand, would be not too shabby. Although I will say the last couple of times that we've had the left hand, it's kind of screwed us pretty badly, so I'm expecting big things here, left hand. I am still going to go into the shop because I want to get some soul hearts if there are any, and there are. I'll buy one half-price item, battery pack, hooray. Judgment, okay. Hey, I'm 100% good with that. So the Judgment is going to give us a reroll machine that we can use for any item room, or any room in general that has a item pedestal in it. And that is extremely powerful for devil deals, angel deals. Obviously, secret rooms are going to be our target, but we don't really see secret rooms with any items that often anymore. Like if that was if that chest had an item in there, we would be able to re-roll it with the Judgment card. But obviously, Curse the Blind is let's just say not preferred. I would even go so far as to say that reverse judgment cards are totally wasted on Curse the Blind, unless in the most dire of circumstances. And even then, you really don't want to be rolling through blind items in the secret room. You're just asking for trouble. We'll get a little stun on Chubb there as she tries to figure out the bomb situation, and that gives us some extra uptime on the damage. Down goes Blue Chubby. She's blue and she's chubby. And we get another HP upgrade. Well, it's actually our only one first, but we want stats here, game. Okay, so now we can see what the items are, and it is the perfect time for us to get just a banger devil deal. We want all the devil deals here. I am going to go in the curse room now since we're already here, and we'll probably never come back to this side of the map again. Of course, we get a mega troll bomb for our troubles, so shout out to curse rooms everywhere for making it look good. Okay, we can get into the boss trap room, which is also kind of interesting, with us having a... Ooh, okay. Okay, now hang on a second now. Hang on now. Now, if we get some red chests, we actually don't want red chests out of this. Well, no, I take that back. We do want red chests because they could potentially take us to the devil deal and also give us devil deal items that we can then re-roll through. But we don't want to use that. We don't want to use the key beggar yet because I want to see what our devil deal situation is like first. And here it is. So Krampus fight. You're seeing what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the micromanagement. I mean, I will take the head of Krampus, but that's not what we want, obviously. Lava Coal would have been nice. So here's the situation. We need to get enough keys in order for the key beggar to give us hopefully a bunch of chests that contain items in there. And then we can use the judgment or the restock machine to re-roll through those. Still mad that those are one full heart of damage. And the no stat train continues here from our item rooms. Clubs doubles our bombs. Definitely want to buy the key, buy the soul heart that we just lost. Okay, so we've got 10 keys. I don't know if that's going to be enough for us to gain any chests that have items in it from this key beggar, but I'm going to try my best. Okay, 11 keys is also fine. You don't understand. We don't want you, Phil. So we're heading on down over to the boss room and just gonna hold on to our restock machine card and see if we get any opportunities to use it. A hick. All right, left hand. Now you're already starting to trend towards the side of you're not going to help us at all on this run. That's exactly the same trend that you had the last time that we had you. So, you know, what I need you to do is I need you to step it up, son. I need to see some red chests that have soul hearts and teleports to the devil deal, all right? Because all we're getting is these basic HP upgrades, and we need stats. Now, some of you out there might be saying, you should have used that judgment card inside of the head of Krampus room so you can get a devil deal. And while, yes, that is true as certainly an option, Cletus, that's not the best option in my opinion. We can use this restock machine for a whole lot more than that. Again, I would rather roll multiple items than one item, especially considering that like we need to get any kind of stat upgrades as possible. Like getting the mark was fine, but that is literally the only damage up that we've had on this entire run. The apple was good as well, obviously, for the big tears up, but we're still only, even after getting a major tears up, it's still only 2.8 tears. So, yeah. That's barely above base Isaac tears rate. And we need more. Necesito mucho más. That's what we need right there. And we're using little Brimmy here as our primary source of damage. The whole reason why we took him. There's a nice little snipe there by little Steven. I'll give little Steven credit where credit's due. Since we're already here, we might as well go fight the boss. I don't know how we went straight to the boss room in this windy, not so twisty, curving level here, but we most likely won't get a devil deal here. Mom's razor blade, the bleed there kind of threw me off for a second. I was like, well, wait a second. Monster 2 doesn't leave creep usually. Growth hormones is fantastic. Gives us a little bit of a movement speed bonus, but obviously the big thing is going to be the 1.26 damage bonus that we get from it, and it also contributes to the sponge transformation. You can always count on growth hormones to give us what we need in our time of need, just maybe not so timely. We'll go see what's inside of our ye olde shop, and it's going to be a ye olde greedy fight, which we should have ye olde expected. And we need to find our ye olde item room now. Secret room might be here, but I'd be surprised. Most likely it's to the left of there, but it's hard to tell. Already been in their curse room there. We know it's not going to be adjacent to this room. There it is. There it is not. Basically a free chest here, so we might as well take it. The Head of Krampus just being absolutely better than Isaac's Tears in every way, shape, and form, and we get the 120 volt, which is not bad, but again, it's not something that we're really truly gunning for here. We need to get damage. We need to get good tier effects. The 120 volt is not a tier effect. It's a status effect at best, and that's one that we can only utilize by going point blank with things. So there is a sack room here, but I don't know if it's going to be worthwhile. We don't have a lot of HP on the ground to really work with. And our shop was a greed shop, which means that we don't have really any good way of getting any kind of HP back. So the sacrifice room, it is tempting, especially with the... If we could let's put it this way, if we can guarantee a full payout from the sack room, I would do it, because of the way that we could get a like a triple item pedestal in there with the 2 key pieces and have the restock machine, but I just don't see it being feasible. We also have Boss Rush on deck still. So we need to get to... My Eagle's power is fine. It gives us more damage, but again, we need tears right now. And those tiers that we get need to be they need to be big. So I'm going to assume that we're going in the right way. There's a planetarium here. We get our Fool card here as well. Now here's the thing, we can't use the Judgment card inside the Boss Rush if we get the Fool card. I will take Neptunus. I don't think Neptunus is the greatest item here for us, but it does have a major upside for other tier effects, assuming that we get any. Member card this late, I'm not sold on it. Mass Infection, good tier effect. Applies lots of pressure with those damaging tiers, including if we end up getting like a Jacob's Ladder or something. I mean, we've got the 120 volt, which is not Jacob's Ladder, obviously, but a world card here. World card, party time, excellent. So the whole goal of this is going to be whether or not we use the Judgment restock machine inside of the boss room or not. By boss room, I mean boss rush room. Pay to win, a little bit too late for pay to win. Take one stab at this chest here, then we gotta go. So taking a big risk here, going in here without having the Head of Krampus and assuming that we're going to make boss rush. Like we are going to have plenty of time. 73% deal with the devil. I don't trust this run at all. I really don't. And another 2-item boss rush. Woo-wee. And another Curse of the Blind. All right. All right. Yep. I feel instantly vindicated to not trust this run. Because that is pretty bad. Failing the 4-5 Devil Deal with a 73% chance into a Curse of the Blind is very, very trollish by the game. Let's not pretend the fact that the game is listening to us talking about how, you know, amazing this play would have been in the secret room with a key beggar that instantly paid out with the Master of Lockpicking. Don't think I forgot about that game, man. We've gone the wrong way. All right. How does he do it? How does he do it? He's got the whole amalgamation of Invicta Navigation, which of course is a stipulation for the manipulation of our moderation to our, I don't know. I was trying to go with like emotionalation, but that's not a real word there. We're down to 5 HP. Still rocking the 2.8 tears rate, but we do have we do have Neptunus, and Neptunus is helping a little bit. Our double soul heart back here. I definitely don't appreciate how the spikes in this room retract at a different rate. Let's go see what our final item is going to be here. I mean, we can't see it, obviously, because it's Curse of Blind, but, you know, we're going to be able to find out what it is. 120 volt absolutely nukes Skull-X, which is kind of nice. See, this is the problem that I have with this floor here, is that the game knows that we have 100% Devil Deal, and it knows that it can just screw with us by giving us Curse of Blind. Then we take this, and that also kind of defaults our ability to use the Judgment card. So we're forced to take this, and it's gonna be Death's Touch, which is good. It's great for piercing shots and that sort of thing, but would we have re-rolled that? Probably not. All right, here we go. But Death's Touch is a good upgrade. We got a major tiers upgrade there with Bar of Soap. We got an even more major tier effect in Death's Touch, although it does reduce our tears rate. It's still better than what we had, which was basically Sinus Infection, which is not a slouch by any means. We go into the second wrong direction of this floor 2 times in a row. Can we make it 3? There you go, left hand. That's the good stuff. See, that's the kind of big time plays that we require, all right? None of this double troll bomb crap. We need high quality, good red chests that provide us with life, and also possibly a way to the Devil Deal. Luckily for us, we went straight to the. Luckily for us, we went straight to the boss room after beginning. Unfortunately, our range is not high enough to get all the way across there, be accurate anyway. Nice blocking there by Botfly, and we don't get a Devil Deal. All right. So, we still have the Judgment card, and it looks like we're in a Diplopia situation where we have just held on to the card for, unfortunately, way too long, or we just didn't get a good chance to cash in on it. I will say that, obviously, I think, in my opinion, the correct thing to do and the best thing that would have been to use it inside of that secret room with the Key Beggar, which we immediately got stonewalled by. That was certainly the play that was going to be designed. But, you know, sometimes you just got to call an audible. Sometimes the defense lines up in a way that you're not expecting, and, you know, the goats of all time, those all-time goats, they got to know when they got to call an audible. It's like we got to know when we're looking at another full clear here. .120 volts absolutely nuking everything, and I love that. Love that for us. This is really where bombs can be a big asset. When you pretty much know that you're going in the wrong direction most of the time, you get used to... Did we get hit by a fire? Did this fire shoot diagonally through these rocks, or am I imagining that? I didn't see what exactly hit us in this room. Now you might be saying, Victor, make sure you drop the left hand before you get to the chest so you don't get Devil Deal, stupid. Well, normally I would I'd be with you on that, except for the fact that we have this Judgment card. And I'd like to get maybe a good solid Devil Deal, maybe 9 lives, maybe something that can take us to an extended series. Because right now, I'm definitely not feeling it. We're going to have to get some serious firepower in the chest for me to warrant a Delirium kill or something like that on this run. I'm going to roll the dice here and go with the left hand. Demon Baby. Brimstone Bombs. Juice's freaking Shadow and Goat Head. I mean, we can take Juice's Shadow just for the backup. Plunk down that Judgment card and get rocking and rolling. There's the Cancer item, which is good. Kidney Stone I will take. Not terrible with Neptunus. And that's just a regular HP upgrade. Okay. So we got Juice's Shadow just sort of like as a backup preventative measure of us like having some kind of catastrophic failure. But the thing is that we didn't really gain anything though. I mean, now that we're Black Judas, of course, we gain like a lot of damage and everything. That's great and all, but we're not set in stone here for being okay. Some good damage there on Mega Fatty. Nice Soul Heart drop here. Remember, with the Cancer item, we do get the Wafer effect, which is very beneficial to us. Instant charge on Kidney Stone was wasted by Forsaken being an absolute jerk. He's still... Okay, there we go. He was invulnerable through that entire thing. Hotfly making some pretty big-time blocks here. This is a very odd room with Loki, 2 Lokis and a Loki 2. Which is a very, very weird sentence to say. There we go. That's what we want to see. We want to see them all lined up like that. Now, I could potentially drop the left hand here, but I'm not going to. Because, especially as Black Judas, we need to maintain our HP the best we can. Oh, we'll get a free blue baby. I'm gonna wait for Kidney Stone to proc here. Not gonna proc, is it? There it is. There we go. That's the good stuff. That is the good stuff. Down goes Blue Baby. And that was no big deal at all. I'd say that, that run was certainly a... It was certainly a run, for sure. It was definitely a run. Yeah, let's do a greed run. Why not? Starting with the body. Kilo Sierra 1 Hotel Gua 7. Once again, we're starting off with bad tears rate, although that's about to change real quick. As we get the nice tears up from Divorce Papers. We also have My Best Friend. With 2 cents, we can actually get this charge key for free. Well, we essentially get a 2 cent key here. And that's a pretty good deal, to be honest. And Lusty Blood would be awesome if we can get that. Ghost Bombs, and we are able to go get into the... We can get into the curse room. Okay. Okay, man. I've already gotten used to Neptunus. I'm expecting my tears to charge up now. I put my best friend there just to get the flies off me. Get that big spooky bomb ghost. Doing a pretty good job at clearing stuff. I like it. Down with it. There we go. Look at that. Now, spooky bombs and my best friend actually are a pretty nice combo to have in Greed. I'm just gonna let Spooky Bomb just go ham here. Imagine if we get something like Dr. Fetus or something like that. That would be incredible with this combo. I never even really considered that, Dr. Fetus and Spooky Bombs. All right, so we're starting off here with Lusty Blood. Even though I know that the stapler is there, Lusty Blood is still a better option. Bag of Crafting is very interesting. I'm just gonna leave that right there. See how fast our damage ramps up here with Lusty Blood. All right, I was really trying to get that Spooky Bomb to hit. I was trying to get it to go to the next wave so we could like get an extra start on the Devil Deal wave, but here we are. And yes, that was very cool of you, Dingle, to charge from the top of the screen, off screen. That was very, very neat. Very happy for you. Love that for you. I have Belial, and we get Sulfur as well. Ooh, boy. That is too spicy to pass up. 1 cent gets a stapler. And we get way more than that. Bag of Crafting, I'm not too keen on here. Especially with us now having Sulfur. And I don't think there's any way for us to get 7 cents. I don't think there's any way for us to get 5 cents. Unless we get super lucky. Man, the Halo would be absolutely massive if we could help it. $5, please. No. Good try. Good attempt. An attempt was made. Cube of Meat, which is just not useful at all in greed mode, really. And Papilla Duplex does give us Spectral Tears. A wider shot, but that's nothing to sneeze at. Look at this. We get Birthright for Eden. Greed mode. Would spawn at the most perfect escape vector. Jupiter, honestly, is... I've been liking Jupiter. I'm gonna be honest. I've been really liking Jupiter lately, but I think with Compound Fracture and Eye of Belial, I think that's just too good not to have. Eye of Belial is seriously ridiculous when it comes to split shots. But I will give Jupiter due credit where credit is due. I will say that Jupiter is pretty dang good. Of course, that being said, we're going to be using Sulfur this entire time, so... Jupiter does give you HP ups, but also movement speed down, obviously. I mean, we can't pass up just the stacking damage buff of not only Lusty Blood, but also Sulfur. Come on, bro. You're seeing that each time that we use sulfur, we're just gaining more and more stats, which is the reason why I wanted to get it, because it's perfect for greed mode. I love how the Mega Brimhorns charge. It's like Godzilla's tail. It's really cool. Speaking of which, I have seen the new Godzilla trailer. People have been asking me if I've seen -1. Yes, I tweeted out the trailer. I watched it. I thumbsed it up and everything. I am super stoked about Godzilla -1, although I am a little bit worried that it's another reset on the 4th generation of Godzilla films. Because I mean, like, how many origin stories do we need for Godzilla? Like, we don't need any more. I'm sick of origin stories in general. I really am. Like, even for like one of, if not my favorite fictional character of all time, I'm really sick of origin stories. Like, it's so overplayed in Hollywood. Ooh, the D sizzle it's tough to pass up, but I'm gonna have to. Okay, well, school bag would have been nice earlier, but we will take school bag. It gives us a second active item slot. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm almost positive that it's a continuation of the 1945 Godzilla, but I guess I don't know for sure. Curse of Blind on Greed. That is the peak of trolliness. Because the trailer, the newest trailer, talks about at the end of the war, Godzilla was like upset or something, and I don't know. What? Not sure what hit us there, but this is what you don't want. You don't want both stains firing at the same time. Somehow we killed the back stain before this one, even though this one doesn't have any more HP. That's Isaac, baby. That's Isaac, baby. 28 cents for that entire wave. You get Holy Mantle. And Pose will buy one singular key. Queen of Hearts is great. Fortunately, we can't really benefit from it because of Curse the Blind. And that's the reason why. Yeah. Curse the Blind should not happen in Greed. I'm just gonna say it. Just gonna say it. It takes all the fun out of the mode. There is just some things that shouldn't happen in the game that I think are actually truly detrimental to the spirit of the game, and that is absolutely one of them. Yeah, this is not a good greed run at all. We're almost to the point now where we just need to find soul hearts and just load up on HP, because we are getting kind of hosed here. I want to see what our killing power is without sulfur, just for my own amusement. Seeing here how awesome and Eye of Belial is with the split shots. And those little fractal Eye of Belial shots can add up really quickly. Shard of Glass is going to cause us to bleed until we pick up a red heart. And it will cause us to take damage as well. But we are firing more tears out of our head, so there's that. I feel like our killing power is actually faster without sulfur. Belial is just tearing things up right now. I think some movement speed would be definitely nice. We could throw down this Queen of Hearts just to stop us from taking damage. I mean, I guess we'll take Dark Matter. I suppose, just because it is damage, but man, this is... It's rough out here, Sarge. It is pretty rough out here. An HP upgrade, which is going to stop the bleeding temporarily anyway, until we get hit again. The Soul Heart, okay. At least we get a half-price key in our final item room. It requires a key, and it's going to be Blue Baby's only friend. All right. Alrighty, and we get 1 heart from our Queen of Hearts. Oh, baby. Definitely want synth oil here. So it would have been nice to play that Demon Judgment. But at least I feel better about knowing that, like, it would not have made a difference had we used it on that Curse of Blind floor or not, because we would have only gotten 1 heart out of our Queen of Hearts. By the way, Queen of Hearts can pay up to 13 hearts or more. You get double hearts. As you can see here, the lack of movement speed's been kind of a bummer. Which is another reason why we should be using Sulfur over the Eye of Belial combo we've got right now, just because we don't really have the best way to avoid damage close range. But I do think our DPS is actually higher with Shard of Glass and Eye of Belial, along with Compound Fracture. It's just causing us to take more damage, because we got to get close. Double Gish. Fear Shot's causing all kinds of problems right now for us. I mean, honestly, we're not even really using Sulfur. I don't know if we should take the nail or not, though. That's for 1 more floor. I don't think the nail is worth the HP. We're not going to get Leviathan, so. Could reroll a little bit here, but we still need to go. I mean, we still have 1 more floor to go. Sun card gives us it does give us a full heal, so we can at least use that. We don't have a key, unfortunately. No Tinted Rock in here either. I'm going to wait for us to take damage from this. But there is that half-price key inside of the store, so this is worth us going back and buying that key. Again, I don't think it's worth us to roll this store with there being 1 more store, even though there's a decent possibility that the next store won't have a reroll machine in it. We get our money back for that key, but this is rough out here, y'all. This is not great. This is unlike a lot of the greed runs we've seen lately. Luckily, there is a reroll machine in here, but Dreamcatcher ain't it, Chief. Dreamcatcher is certainly nowhere near the level that we're looking for. Need a much higher caliber item. Half price HP upgrade all day, every day. Movement speed, thank Christ for that. More HP, I'm actually fine with. More movement speed, I'm actually fine with that. Range and more movement speed. Okay, movement speed is taken care of now. Now we can maybe make a little bit of a run here. In the bottom of the 8th inning, we're making a comeback. At least we max out our damage bonus from Lusty Blood extremely quickly. The range is actually going to really help us out with Eye of Belial as well. Going to allow our Compound Fracture tiers to really have an extended range. I mean, it's not like we're not killing at a good rate or anything. I mean, we're wasting a lot of these enemies very quickly. But most of that I'm going to attribute to the damage bonus of Eye of Belial plus the increased damage bonus that we're getting by buffing ourselves through Lusty Blood. I actually lost track of where Isaac was in the screen for a second there. It was a little scary. And our HP is just too, it's too valuable. We get the most items this way, so I'm just going to do this. Finish with another basic HP upgrade. I'm fine with that. I am going to hit myself one more time so we can stop the bleeding. This heart here. Okay. It was a little bit of a challenge here, but we did make it. I wasn't so sure at the early onset there, but got a chance. Funny game. All right, here we go. So I'm not going to use the sun card till we need the heal. I'm probably not going to use sulfur here. And the reason being is because we can actually fire a lot faster with our regular tiers than we can with sulfur. And I think that that's what's keeping up our uptime for the most efficient way to damage down Ultra Greed here, I think. Because we can, at this point, we can just lay constant pressure on Greed rather than him, you know, getting a break with us trying to recharge Sulfur over again. Although we are missing out on the damage upgrades that we get from Sulfur on multiple uses, but we haven't really taken too many hits so far. We've only taken 2, actually. Combining the damage here of Eye of Belial along with our regular tiers, along with Shard of Glass. Don't know what I have no idea how he hit us there. There goes our soul heart. Now it goes Ultra Greed. So it was a was a scrappy victory, but we're able to make it happen either way. I hope you all enjoyed that double episode. If you did, make sure you click that like button, leave a comment down below. Today's question of the episode is, what is your take on sulfur? Would you rather have sulfur versus the nail? Would you have taken the sulfur over the nail, or would you have gone for the nail over sulfur? Post them in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that, because I personally really like sulfur, but there are situations like you just saw in that greed run where it's not necessarily the best choice to make. So thank you for watching, everyone. Have a great start to your weekend, and as always, I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some patrons of mine like Katie Bobady, Adarishi Datanshi, and Nicholas. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find down below, or by going to patreon.com/Sinvicta.